today you are going to take all of the skills that you have learned and you're going to apply them and think a little higher. We've been working on multisyllabic words, words with more than one syllable, and you practiced reading them in isolation and you were accurate. And then we practiced reading them in text and you worked with your partners on accuracy and fluency. Today, you're going to use all of that and the plan that you formulated, if you need it as a resource, the plan to decode multisyllabic words, if you need it as a resource, because remember, to be accurate, you don't have to miss 0 words. You can miss about how many? 2. About 1 or 2 to truly understand what you're reading.
If you miss 2, then
you're still accurate. That's right.
But you can't miss more than 2.
Because then you wouldn't
be fluency.
Well, you wouldn't get what you're reading enough. You're not really understanding enough of the words to make sense of the story and to be able to think deeply and higher. Right? Alright, so today you might have to use your resource. That's an option for you. You will have that choice. You and your partners will have that choice. But you are going to be able to identify text evidence inside of that passage that you've been working on for accuracy and fluency that has those multisyllabic words. You're going to identify text evidence to be able to answer a question. And you're going to be able to, watch this, justify your answer. Justify your answer. You're going to show or prove to be right. So you're not just going to say, this is my answer. I know this is my answer. I'm going to make you know this is my answer.
I have something to say about that.
It's here.
Or you could say on page 3 it says blah 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 blah.
Oh.
To prove.
Maybe you should explain to them what you're talking about with that. Because I see you looking at the textual evidence cues. Okay.
It means like you're telling them on what page so you know that you have the answer, and then you tell them what it says in the passage to answer your question.
That was beautiful. Now, does our passage that we've been working on for accuracy and fluency have pages?
No.
So maybe we should say, look in line this, sentence this, or you could address it a different way, right? Okay. To make sure we are completely ready to continue to read our passage, work towards maintaining our accuracy, we are going to quickly drill the sounds that we noticed in your partner readings that maybe tricked you up. A few of the B's and D's, which we're going to address really quickly, and a few of the blends that are inside those multisyllabic words that slow down your accuracy. Ready? Posture. Wake those brains. This is important. Here we go.
D.
Show. Beautiful sound. Very nice. Now, if you can do these in isolation, you can do them in your multisyllabic words, right? Okay. Quickly remind yourself, if you need to refer to the plan, refer to the plan. What are you going to look for first in these words if they're tricking you out?
Vowels.
Vowels. Then you will connect your
bridge between the two consonants. Between the consonants and then
See what type of syllable it is.
Okay. Now, remember, we've learned 2 syllable types. We've learned 3 pattern types. The words that ventured out were the challenge words. We talked about them. We looked at how we could figure out within the text what they could be. But we may still have to address that. We may still have to work on that if they're tricking us up. Okay? All right. Before you actually work on the text, I want to show you how you're going to do these things. How are you going to use the text, identify it and use it, and justify your answer? So, we're going to use the colors of ABC. The answer of ABC is red. All right. So, I'm going to make an object up here. I want you to tell me what you think this object is.
Heart.
So far, watch my hand. We think this is a heart. That's our answer. I'm going to use things from the text to plug in and say, do I think I got that right? Do I really think that's a heart?
Yeah.
Your text evidence should help you say, yeah, I got that right. Yeah, I think that's a heart. But then this is about to go here, Jordan. It's about to go up to here. You're going to connect your answer with the text evidence. And you're going to prove to everybody else that no doubt about it, this is a heart. That's what ABC answering is about, okay? You're here. Answer the question. You're here. Back it up. You're here. Connect and justify.
Show or prove to be right.
Get out your story. Everybody's accurate and fluent. You are going to talk with your partners. Watch Miss Davis. Only about A and B right now. Only about A and B. So you're going to discuss the question. Look at the question. Now that question is the same powerful word that you worked on all week.
Formulate.
Formulate, which means to create. What are you creating?
A plan.
Okay, keep going. A plan.
Using habit 3 to help Mr. Smith with his problem.
Now stop. What's habit number 3?
Put first things first. Work first, then play.
Ooh. You're going to help Mr. Smith prioritize. Put things in order. What's important, what's not.
And then
You may partner off. You're only discussing right now. You're not writing yet. Okay? I do want you to highlight text that you guys feel is important while you discuss. Partner off.
Formulate a plan using habit 3 to help Mr. Smith with his problem. Say it one more time. Formulate a plan using habit 3 to help Mr. Smith with his problem. So let's go to right here where it says habit number 3.
I think you should highlight like formulate a plan.
So let's do it right
And
there.
using habit 3.
So don't write it. So what do you think we should write?
But you have to
We need
help
habit
him
number 3 on
with
here.
his problem.
So you should use habit number 3.
Highlight your text evidence that could help you formulate that plan.
And then let's go to this
Okay,
one.
so Mr. Smith.
What is this?
Let's read it.
You said he existed with this family. He's got deeper problems. He's got little things that we need to help him with. We need to be specific for this man.
He knew it was time to take his
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
effective people. Now let's read the thing.
people.
Formulate a plan using a habit 3 to help Mr. Smith with his problem. So let's highlight that sentence that we just
Mr. Smith needed to be assigned with his
Highlight he knew it was time to
He needed to be consistent with his
on habit
spending.
number 3.
It would
On
probably
habit
have to
number
be
2.
he knew it was time.
3 of the 7 habits of effective people.
Ooh, you're right. That's
Now let's
his
read this
problem. That's what he needs
Mr. Smith
right there.
began to have
Spending on
bad
the men.
credit. So that's telling us he really wasn't spending his money correctly. He was just
Like spending it on his
he was just
Thinking
living.
about it,
He was
spending it on his wants instead of his
Because this is where it talks about
So that's how that kind of tells us that he
it says
spending on his wants.
help assisting. Yeah, that's true. He probably needs help without
And
spending.
you can't highlight the
So,
whole thing.
do you want to do Mr. Smith
let's
need
go
it to be?
for a couple
Mr.
sentences.
Smith,
Yes, we do.
Not, let's
Need it
go
to be
up.
We can do another
Right.
like where the whim is.
Yeah,
So
like,
text
so
that
Mr. Smith said
Mr. Smith said
he intended to be this for a
do
long
this.
do this for a long time, but they just kept spending on a whim. Let's highlight the bolded one.
I think we should try to figure out.
Just kept spending on the whim. That would probably be
Let's
something.
read the sentence again, and that will probably help us. Mr. Smith
Smith
said he intended to do this for a long time, but they just kept spending on a whim. So
I would usually think that a whim would mean he's spending it on. He gets like, say he brings $50 in his pocket.
And then
The thing that
back
he
it up
needs
to
costs
B.
$45.
And then
He wants
connect these two
he needs a
answers
drink, but he wants a toy.
together.
And he buys your toy.
A and B
That's
two
something that
answers
he
together.
needs. No, that's something that he wants.
We need to find a little more text evidence.
I
to
agree
A
with you,
and
but
then
I'll
B
like to
to
add
it to
on
make
to
it
that.
seem-
Well, I would like to say that in a different way. Like he goes into a store and he just says, "Oh, I want that, want that, want that, want that," and then when he goes to the cash register, he's like, the person says, "You don't have enough money for that," and then he's like, I'll just spend it on a whim.
Well, I agree with you, but if he didn't have enough money, then why would he get all this stuff?
We can
Because he
do
was
this
just grabbing
one.
it because that's what he wants, and he's just spinning, he's just
having a
grabbing
limit
and
And
grabbing.
if he bought all that stuff, then he probably wouldn't have enough money to have what he needed.
Spending funds.
So,
Class.
yes.
I'm hearing beautiful thoughts. I'd like us to regroup for a moment. I think we have a good start on a direction to go in here. Now, I'd like a little share time because we haven't actually gotten to the point where we could write an answer yet. It's sort of important that we address the text and have an idea of what to write before we write a question, an answer to a question. Liza has the talking step. Let's hear what was discussed.
We said that we needed to highlight the sentence that said he needed to follow habit number 2 and habit number 3 because that will kind of help us say he really does need to do number 3 and number 2 and number 3. And then we highlighted whim and we read that sentence because that helped us say that he is just buying stuff out of just not spending what he wants, not spending on what he needs, but he's spending on what he wants.
I think me and Liza highlighted like a whim, and we had to discuss out what a whim means. So like Liza said, like a whim means she thinks a whim means like he just goes to the store and he's grabbing everything he wants, not what he needs. What I said is say he brings like $50 in his pocket. The thing that he needs costs $45. He needs a drink that costs $5, but he wants a toy that costs $5, and he buys the toy instead of the drink. That's something that he wants instead of something that he needs.
Do we think they could actually be right about the whim?
Yes.
Remember that big word,
Oh, it's right here. Neglecting.
neglecting? Well, this one wasn't in your story, but we said it actually describes.
And plus still.
And let's tap that middle one. Impulsive. We said that's like a synonym for the way that he's behaving with his buying on a whim. Okay, I'd like Jordan to share because our conversation was extremely similar to yours, and I love that we both went in the same direction with that. Share what you thought, Jordan.
A whim, I said that a whim, like he just can't stop spending, he just spend.
Stop spending. And what is he forgetting to do before he spends?
think.
And you were even very specific when you said, when we make him a plan, we need to give him a way to think. Like, step 1, before you buy something, you said you were going to ask him to do something.
Is this a need or a want?
Doesn't that sound like what you guys said? All right, the other partnership, you can pass the stick. Did you guys think similar thoughts? Did you have some differences? What might we need to explore and maybe think differently about?
And we was talking about, we said, but they were just spinning on the wind. We was talking about the wind, how he was keeping on spinning and spinning, and once stopped spinning, then he had bad credit.
Oh, so there's that cause and effect that we talked about. Because he spent on a whim, it caused him to have bad credit. So you highlighted all of that? Is that what you're saying? Okay. One more, and then I want to bump this thinking up a bit.
I agree with Jordan, but I think we said it in our own words, and Jordan said it like in his own words. He said it differently than us.
I agree. You basically did say the same thing.
In our group, we agreed on WIMP, but we just said it in different words. Like, he said what us and Jordan, but me and him just said it in our different words about WIMP.
So if someone's saying the same thing but a little bit differently, is that okay?
Yes.
Sure, we can move past that, okay?
But it still can be right.
Because it still can be right. Very good. Now, you had to highlight some information in the text to help you actually formulate the plan, okay? So in a moment, you're going to get back with your partners, okay? You're going to start formulating the plan. Then we're going to take those plans and we're going to justify them and say why they're going to help him. Why is it going to work? You're going to have to go back and look at his problems and say, my plan will work because he is whatever he's doing. Do you see how this lesson could possibly lead into tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
It's going to take some good thinking. It's going to take some good talking, some good sharing, and then we've got to get it in writing. But at least the goal for today is to get our thoughts together so that tomorrow we can do the writing while Miss Davis is progress monitoring you. That would be good if we could get to that point. That's a good goal for us to try to strive for. All right, group off.
Can we write?
Yes, you are definitely writing a plan now. Getting a plan in action. Please go on if you finish your plan and you and your partner want a little bit of a challenge. If Miss Davis is still meeting with Jordan,
Go back to groups.
you work with your partner. Go on and try to connect and justify. Try. I would love it.
Okay, so we write.
All right, Jordan, you've got step 1. But what's missing? For this to be a 1, 2, 3 plan, we actually need to have, what does that formulated plan have?
Let's read this question.
Mr. Smith.
So that it's easy steps to follow.
He thinks Mr. Smith.
We got to give Mr. Smith a plan that he can walk into the store and go, step. That's what you should do. Do you think you need to put the word step, or can you just put a 1 like we did on that plan? Okay, so what is your first step that you're telling him? Okay, now, what could be the next part of his plan?
He needed to use the 7 habits,
That's the same thing.
but he needed to use habit 3 and 2 even more. Okay.
So what's step 2? Once he determines if it's a need or a want, what should he do then?
He had,
Write that then.
I was writing something else. Mr. Smith, when I was writing Mr. Smith, had formulated a plan using habit 3. That's what we're doing. Oh, Mr. Smith.
Problem P R
I
O
love the way you typed out when you didn't know how to spell a word. Very good.
problem
Okay. And then what? That is, if this was 1, we have to continue the plan. What's
Then
that
we go
after?
down here.
Formulated a
Is that he's spending
this is the textual evidence. B.
Using
This is
B.
A.
formulated plan
B is
on using
highlight
three.
any text evidence to support why your plan would help Mr. Smith prove why your plan will help Mr. Wait, that's prove why your plan will help Mr. Smith connect the text to what you know about the topic. 3.
Alright, so we highlighted it. Now we got to
Formulated
put
a
this
plan using
part
habit
to this. Yeah. So
And
is
two.
that
Yeah, he uses habit 3
that-
and 2. So yours
he
and 2.
is Mr.
Wait, hold up.
That Mr.
Wait, hold up.
Right, now while you're finishing up that,
Smith
how many steps did you give him? Because you started on 1, but he needs to be able
There,
to
so let's
see
reread it
step
and make sure it's
1.
right. Mr.
Okay,
Smith
very good.
formulated a plan using habit 3 and 2.
Okay, good.
Spending. Alright, let's type in right
You said you're right. The
Hold up, it's
What
right
we
here.
gonna do for
S-T-E-N
That's a good plan.
answer?
Anybody else who thinks that that might help you, that's
She hasn't actually told us what to do next.
then why do
So
you
just sit here.
help him with
Here,
this?
thumb.
D.
I know
Kind
what to
of
put.
said it. You said
You
it
said
will prevent him from
you said in the story that he was okay.
Spending
Wait, hold it. It said in the story. So here it.
W.
It said in the story. Wait, Mr. Smith.
M.
Habit 3 helped Mr. Smith.
No, because Mr.
With his
Smith
plan.
formulated a plan
Alright, let's
using
do-
habit
Because it says
3.
help
Hold up.
Mr.
No,
Smith.
we
no,
need to
it's
put
good.
some more
It
textual
says-
evidence. Remember how
in
Miss
the
Jackson
first
said we need to at least
It
put
says
2,
in
and
the
let's go from
1,
that,
2,
what
3,
we do
4,
in the
5,
class,
6, 7.
like we're writing
Why can't we
It
just
says
call
a
it
in
normal
the
test, and then we can go
What
to
step?
this,
Why
like
can't
it's
we
a
just
split.
that he is
habit 3
spending
and 2
on
help
He
Mr. Smith
spent, no,
with his
he
problem.
spent so much, he has
To help
bad
Mr.
credit.
Smith with
Because we
his,
got that out.
Well,
his
Yeah.
hold on.
hold up. We forgot to highlight something. Where's my highlighter? Let's do let's we're going to highlight
Mr. Smith needed a
We're going to highlight Mr. Smith said he intended to do this for a long time, but they just kept spending on a lamp.
3.
Spending
now.
So let's put it. He spent so much. He
Okay, now
had
let's actually use a bit of the text to add into there.
Mr. Smith began
Okay. Mr. Smith formulated a
I
plan
love it.
using
That's your
habit
last sentence.
3
that you
and
don't
2
worry
helped
about.
Mr.
we'll copy
Smith
it right out the text.
No, we're not.
Stop spitting on a limb.
stop
So put in quotes.
S-T-O-P stop spending on a limb.
What's the second syllable?
Mr. Smith
Tap it.
began
Okay, so and he wouldn't have bad credit. Okay.
G-A-N
And he wouldn't have bad credit.
to have bad B-A-D credit C-R
I'm actually going to share that one. Where's my key? On there.
I think that's a good
So we can't do it anymore because we filled up the page.
for a conclusion.
Class.
Yes.
Regroup. Okay, class, our time is coming to a close. We will only have time to share one complete one. Jordan had time to do A, B, and C. I'd like you to please watch Miss Davis. Use what you've just done with your partners, everything Miss Davis has just taught you, and watch me. Boom, Chris. We're evaluating his answer. Okay? We're going to see, did he use the text evidence to support his answer, and does it, hello, justify that he's correct?
Or prove to be right.
Very good. Attention. Stick.
Where is the stick?
All right, here you go, dear.
Step 1 is
this a need or a want? Step 2, he should get his need. Step 3, then he should put his money away. It will stop him from spending money so he can pay for the bills. It will prevent him from spending on a whim.
Thank you, sir.
I like how Jordan did it, but what me and Liza said, we tried to restate before we did our answer.
So you think he can
We're
make his
trying to do
answer better?
A, B, C, like it's a test.
I love that. So Jordan, tomorrow when we reevaluate our own writings, what's something you can do to make
Try to
your
restate.
answer part better?
He could try to restate.
like a test.
And do what? What is he telling you to do?
Restate.
Restate the what?
Like
Question.
this. Like,
Oh yeah,
we think Mr. Smith's problem is, and then you go into your answer.
So we're going to take a good answer and make it
Better.
better. I like that.
We didn't do steps. Y'all did steps. We didn't do steps. We got text evidence and put it in here, and we actually had to put quotes because we copied it right out of the text.
Is that making it wrong?
No.
Is there more than one way to do it?
No.
I mean, yes.
Okay. I'd like to have the stick for a moment. I'd like to tell you something. I think you all did a beautiful job. I think you really pushed your thinking, and I'm proud of the way that you did that. Now, tomorrow, you're going to be evaluating each other's answers. You're going to finish your own, and you're going to evaluate each other's answers. And take your good work and make it better. Make it better. Okay? Now, let's talk for a second about why this is an important skill to learn. Why would this skill of being able to find text inside of what we read help us answer a question and justify that we are correct? Why would that help us? Why is that important?
Because we will get more proof of our answer, and we will feel better to ourselves because we would actually think that we would get that answer right, but then just saying, oh, B's my answer. And now flipping back and highlighting and saying, oh, it's in the text, I'm pretty sure this will be it. And then doing our purple thing and saying, I know this is it because it's right here.
I think what Liza said, I would say it differently. You know how you did the heart, the ABC writing? I think you should go from A, do A, restate, then go into your whole answer, and at least put 2 details.
I think we should add that in and make
Put
that as
2
part of a
details.
rubric that you could use to evaluate tomorrow.
Put 2
That's great.
details, and then I think you should try to conclude as you can see, or
As you can see, or
in conclusion.
I think that's beautiful. Why don't you make that a rubric for us tomorrow to help us? So at the beginning of class, you come up and you write our rubric. I think that you guide us through how our questions should look. Anybody disagree with that? Now, I'd still want to hear the answer to my question. Why is this important? And please don't think just in this room. Think beyond this room. Maybe even beyond this school. Why is this an important skill to learn?
Because you wouldn't know how to do the ABC answering.
And that might help you where else?
Like if you need it.
Sorry, I kind of disagree with you about the ABC writing because it says identify your text, and I don't really think that would have to do anything about the ABC writing thing.
What if I said, think beyond school? Can you see where being able to do this would help you beyond school?
Yes.
Maybe in your future?
I like what Liza said. I kind of agree, and I kind of agree with Bodie. When Bodie said, he thinks it's something to do with the ABC writing, if you don't know how to do the ABC writing, it would really hurt your grade.
Oh, so it would help you in school, like in your regular classroom.
ABC writing can help you if you do it right.
That's
But you
right.
have to know how to do it.
I want
before
my
you do it
question to
right.
be answered before our time is up. Do you see this being able to help you outside of school?
Yes, ma'am.
Can someone give me one reason why before our time is cut short?
Because so you can learn how to read it. Like if you ever have children, you can like teach them how to do ABC writing so they can get A pluses on their tests.
Very good. And is there going to be very many jobs out there where you won't have to read and understand what you read?
No.
Do you think that possibly you'll have to justify yourself in your job and prove you're right?
Yes.
Absolutely. Great job.
Q.
Make a stack of folders.